All right, so rather than doing this all in one go, I think I might just record in separate, videos again because, investigation periods take like a lot out of me. Plus, it takes like a while to render and everything. So I'm just gonna do it like separate videos from now on. So yeah, it is the final case after all. Mr. Wright. So what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. And what is this evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least. Alright, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us! Da-da-da! Let's go, dude. Let's go. I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in the evidence room. No biggie. Yeah, no biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum kicked over the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? The situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. Smart. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? Whoa! Yo, infrared! To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Press the A button to spray it on. This was probably like done as like a DS thing where you have to use the touchscreen to spray the screen. But here, it's a single screen, so. Yeah, right around here. This is cool, though. This is cool of finding new things of evidence and new ways of finding evidence instead of just usually doing the whole talking to people to get evidence, you know? Or just examining things. Examining things at a 3D space, kind of like Resident Evil does, and doing this whole infrared thing. It's kind of cool. That's cool. I appreciate that. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So this is a blood stain? It's so... Ugh. Emma, you're shaking. It's just... This is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know this is a blood stain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this, scientifically? Yeah, the amount of blood. There was supposed to be, like, a lot of blood on the floor, I think. But maybe the oil drum washed all of that away, I think. I mean, given the fact that, you know, this Detective Goodman was stabbed in the chest, you think there would have been blood pouring out of it, but the perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little bit more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there had to be more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm going to mark up the floor plans when we find a blood stain, okay? Okay. I see. I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah. And this stuff's pretty handy, too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Solution used for scientific investigation. Finds blood traces. Spray to use. Heck yeah, brother. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with the view of the case. Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah! It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? I guess I should get the spray on anything suspicious. Ha! Who that? Oh, it's you. I wonder how that fluid of yours will react to a nice stilly box. Miss Star. You only trust your own eyes, Not bad, you two. This day old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead doesn't really get my mouth watering. Alright, so what do we think? You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that it wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Or at least she's a bro outside of the court. Sorry, you lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Well, given the fact that several other witnesses have lied out of their teeth and clearly are on the side of the possible prosecution side, I don't know, man. I don't know, Emma. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from were different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. Ah. I swear it's on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So, you were a detective, were you, Mr. Star? Mr. Star, yes. Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it. Oh, see, that's what I was getting at. Like, is she an expert at, like, getting them to spill everything? Yeah, they confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too, hey! I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long they called me the cough-up queen. Oh, and here I thought it's because I got food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go, fired. I felt that I found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if those prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The Sl9 Incident. You know, it's just like DL6. Except different. Okay. I know I'm reserving thoughts here because like I'm totally like, oh yeah, that's totally, oh man, Emma and Lana definitely are not Maya and Mia, definitely not. But you know, they're definitely different enough characters. It's because I see that right now, and Clearly convenient, there's also an incident called Sl9 instead of DL6. Except you turn the 9 upside down and then it's 6. So it's really SL6, DL6. Okay, I'll shut up. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... Yeah, the case. Yeah, the case. That was... here. What do you think about this? The Sl9 Incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Ah, really? The knife was evidence from that case. The murder weapon. It was due for transferal that very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected. Sl9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the Sl9 incident? Yeah, why don't we just do that? Except we can't because there's no option to talk to her about that. So, I guess not, buddy. Sorry. If we present the knife, does she say the exact same thing? Yeah, she does. Okay, sure. Except, again, there's no option to talk to her about the frickin' incident, because of course there isn't. How do we use the spray thingy again? Okay, here. There we go. I mean, did we spray enough of the stuff? Look at that, I can spray all over the screen. Whee! Okay. Okay. So, let's see, actually. Let's spray, like, all over the screen. Slather it all over the screen. Slather that good old-fashioned mystery in every single way possible. Well, it doesn't necessarily look like we'll find anything there, so... bleh. Okay. Then I guess we can just go somewhere else then, since clearly we have nothing else to do. Let's see what we got here. Looks like Miss Sky is in questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second! Didn't Mr. Gant say that they arrested a suspect in the police department murder? Let's come back later. Alright then. Criminal Affairs Department then. Let's see what we got there. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Makes my head hurt. Well, first things first, let's go check out the police department crime scene. Well, you sound dead set on investigating. Okay. But don't mess up, or we could wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. I mean, we could always check out that guy who is continuing his character arc. I know! The killer used dry ice! If you put it between the latch and the door, the room could be sealed shut! This is good! I'll win a writer's award for sure! He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel. Yo! He's not really a real police at all. He's just really a writer dude. Well, then why would he be working at a police department then? Jesus. What? Detective killed in the evidence room? Tell no one outside the police department. No! I told that old lady at the restaurant everything. Someone's getting a demotion. Someone truly is getting a demotion. What about over at the police department? And hopefully I won't forget to actually examine everything this time. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all. So, the evidence room. The scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet that we got at the front desk. Here it is. She's like a kid at an amusement park. Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. A real crime scene indeed. Okay. Let's see. The detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. What about these two guys? You idiot! What were you thinking? Where's your head? Sir, it's right here, sir. I guess he wasn't saluting, but showing the detective where his head was. They make a good pair. That they do. That they do. I always get excited when I come to a police station. Why is that? It just feels like I've jumped into a movie. Huh? You know, with all the police and the criminals? Well, it doesn't sound all that exciting. Sure it is. Look at those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust. Funny, I thought they were talking about the weather. Yes, they were. The Blue Badger is still writhing around today. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's dancing. Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing around like crazy yesterday. Can I take out his batteries? I just can't help but feel like he's going to do something naughty. No. I gotta do it like naughty. There we go. The usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board here. Do you know this space? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I always thought it was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looked at the police, who looks at like the people in those posters. They hardly even look human. She has a point. That they do. That they do. The banner here is announcing the crime-fighting campaign. Nice slogan. I wonder if they'll be selling fingerprint sets. I don't think that's that kind of campaign. What family wouldn't want a set at home? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar. I think most families can figure out that without the extra help. I mean, I can certainly tell my fingerprints just fine from like looking at my right thumb right here. And or my left. I've been looking at my fingers for like 29 years. Do you know why police cars are black and white? Maybe they're designed after a panda. Yeah. Well, it doesn't look like there's anything here to do. Does not look like it. The guard station. Ooh, somewhere new. Well, we've already checked out this place, crossed it out because there's nothing new. We can't really go anywhere in the criminal affairs department, so why don't we just go to the guard station? Oh god, it's this guy's place. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So, beyond the door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime. It sure seems that way. Oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. And what do I know is, if this is a guard station, then where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Yeah, definitely that dude. I didn't want to move. I want to check out everything. Yipes, those sure are prickly. They must be the real deal. I would think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. How so? Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more of an attitude thing than a physical similarity. True that. They are definitely like the opposites. Those two definitely seem like the opposites, where they're more like science people rather than, you know, spirit people. Looks more like a costume than a uniform, actually. A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was it called again? A punchy? A paunchy? A pinchy? I know, a poochie. Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho. And I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. What about... Ooh. Looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. Maybe we could get a tape of the incident happening, maybe? There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of there. Possibly, if we can. This gate. This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went in through there, the cactus would fall over. Ouch. Yeah, that'd be more of a yarr myself. Texas! What is this? Look, on the floor, a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap? Here? Wait, I know! Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed. You sure have an active imagination. And finally, no clues there, but there's clearly a door there. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Yeah, but, like, Marshall is out right now, so we can't necessarily do anything about that. Anything else in here? Probably not, but let's, I know it might seem kind of pointless, but let's actually spray in here. Because heck, I wanna do at least something to keep me properly entertained for the next few things. Nah, it doesn't really look like anything here. Alright. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. And let's see. Alright, then I suppose that we can try to at least, you know, try to present another thing to Angel here. Like, we already did the switchblade knife and the thing. It'd be pointless to show her that. Like, maybe the ID? I had one of those up until 2 years ago. Back when you were the cop-op queen, right? We found this ID card here in this parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking it. I clearly talked in Angel's voice. It was definitely Goodman's. But it's the same idea as the man who was killed at the police department. That's impossible. Wish I could be so sure. Can we finally talk about that? What? Hello? Maybe the autopsy report then? You! Yes? You know, I wanted some hot tea. But no thanks, you didn't even look at it. Yeah, I didn't really think so. I did not think so either. Okay, what about showing her the very photo then? Jeez. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime. I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Star. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I had my testimony disregarded before. And I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? Doesn't mean we can finally talk. Yes! That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We were nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I ever handled. Yo. The police and prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So, they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and what? They died? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence, of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved in that case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself, and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be... Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined, and then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. And you hadn't forgotten SL-9. There's another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait! Those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I came to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate. So they were all, so the people she's selling the lunches to are all the guys involved in the case, I think. Just when all the detectives on SL9 disappeared, we have new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, rookie? What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes? Then you should take this. Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Excellent for putting Officer Marshall in a good mood. Let's go. Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, is he your, are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister. It made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. And that's probably why we have to go to the police department then. To give the lunch to him. This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Please! Huh? Wasn't that... Yes! One steak lunch, please! Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe! Let's go! Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. Oh, I think you just heard the sound of his heart. Oh, he's a good kid. Come on. Now's no time for despair. We caught a criminal. Now we just need evidence. A criminal? You mean you heard about the stabbing at the police department evidence room, right, pal? Yeah. Yeah, man. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? Yes, sir. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Yes, sir. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here talking isn't going to fill my belly. Jeez. Wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. Wow, he even... Bro. He ran off to the evidence room. This investigation is off to a running start. Yeah, dude, it is. It is. Truly it is. Let's, no, let's not do that. Let's not do that either. I keep on overshooting everything. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best not to go down the road now. Things will get confusing. What? Was that Ween? Was that Ween? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say that I was perpetrated against, sir. That's what I said. Oh, no, it's not him, is it? Oh, MEEKINS, dude. Oh, hi. Greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but Mr. Edgeworth, is Mr. Edgeworth on the premises? I'm here, sir. The Officer MEEKINS. So you're at the guard here in the detention center? No, sir. I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir. How should I say this? Wait, he isn't. Is he? You, Officer MEEKINS, you didn't, did you? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! What? What? Perpetrator Officer MEEKINS reporting, sir! What? What? Now this is an unexpected turn of events. Yeah, dude! What happened? Oh my god, oh god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Sir, I'm a patrolman with general affairs, sir. Sir! How? I can hear you fine, Officer MEEKINS. I had some business that day, sir, so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard in the evidence room. That's right, sir. But evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Officer Marshall? Then, sir, whoa, I like this face, actually. Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir! A suspicious person! Yeah, wow, 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 wow! What the heck is this guy doing? So, what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand. Oh, just like with the sky, dude. Ooh. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were, huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. Disappeared? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared. He could have been moved there. That's some story. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you label me as a perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention. And alive and well at that. Yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I have to label him stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him. Sir, I work in a tiny department, devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So if he's a total stranger, then why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. Well, shit, dude. Like, that's something. That is factually something. Do we just present him with something, or should we just move on to the place or the evidence room where he should be back by now, I think. Or maybe we just present him with something, because, you know. No, okay. Alright, then I guess we just go ahead and present him with something, I guess. So that's interesting. Interesting information. I could go for about like 5 more minutes, I guess. Let's see. What about... What about this? Officer Meekins, this is for you. I am scared of knives, sir. It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look at it. That's it, sir. Last night. That's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled. On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife. But I guess he's been through a lot. This is true. True that. Can you take a look at this? I really have no idea what it is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth. He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Let's see. Anything else that he would recognize other than knives? Probably the ID card then? Could you take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! That's it! That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. But, sir, now I remember. I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card! That card was the cause of it all! This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be exact, sir. Nothing. Or more exact, I don't even know. I better pry into this one a little deeper. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman, a lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Detective Goodman who was in the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. That sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you I was just as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt in at him. Detective Goodman pointing a knife at him. Do unto others before they do unto you. My father's own words, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why is it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Yeah. Let's see. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman. Okay. He didn't know. He thought he was a total stranger. And the victim whom he met at the scene of the crime didn't show him his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time, Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. Maybe it was another person using his own ID card then. But you don't remember the events clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? Yeah, I knew it had to be some form of, you know, from the security camera. The crime, my crime, the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there. It's me. It's on tape. But is it on tape here or is it on tape there? And you waiting until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No thanks. I have my own. Well, I guess we better go check out the crime scene. Whoa, dude, this is getting new. My guess is that someone definitely used Goodman's ID card, but who exactly? That's the thing we have to figure out. And we're definitely going to do that next time. So, see you guys on next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.